Hey tubes, Jonathan was wrong here. Truth on budget. So, this was strange. So I was just watching something, and whenever I see a chart, I like to jot it down. It's Pythagorean numerology. If anyone doesn't have that, you can go ahead and pause that and take that down. And here is Chaldean Numerology. Now, this one immediately, for some reason, I was like, huh. And I realized why. And I'll show you in a second. Sure, everyone paused and got a good view of that. Alright, so here's the Phoenician Alphabet. And this is where stuff's going to get a little bit bananas. Alright, let me go ahead and try to get a good view of that. Alright, make sure everyone can see that. To the right is, you should know that as the alphabet. To the left is the Phoenician equivalent. Now, let me show you a few things that struck me as bananas. Alright, for some reason, too, handling this is making me a little sick. Is that strange, too? Okay, so, this is, one of the first things. I think this is the first one where I was like, wait a minute. So, E, H, N, and X. Alright, let's go find the Phoenician equivalents. Okay. So you can see they're all pretty basic except a few. Now the few that aren't basic are E, H, M and N both look a little, and was it X? X is another big one with a lot of lines in it. So X, E, and H all have a ton of lines in them. There might be another version of N, and I might have just chose that one, but E, H, and A all have a ton of lines in them. Another one, this is the one that made me want to barf. U, V, and H, 6. Look at U, V and W. Alright, U, V, and W, look at that. Look at that. Y, and Y is also Y. There's Y on this. Oh yeah, Y is 7. Anyway, so, oof, I thought that was wow. But anyway, so if anyone else wants to mess around with this, oh yeah, well, here's another one. I and J. Here we have I and J, exact same. It's got to be a connection. F, when the F looks like a Y too. Huh. But P looks like a 7. Oh well. So if anyone else wants to mess around with this, I'll go ahead and try to get a good view of this. Alright. The bottom there is the Phoenician alphabet. I got that from a very old dictionary. At the beginning of every letter, it had different versions of the letters, and one of the options there for some reason was a Phoenician. And I was like, ooh! So I immediately went through and jotted down all the Phoenician equivalents. So there you go. I hope you could see that. You could probably might find different or better versions, but this was from an old Oxford dictionary. I think it's still kicking around too. I think my dad might have it. But this is the Chaldean numerology, which is also connected to the Chaldean magic, which has got to be connected to the Phoenicians, because boom, all sorts of similarities. My stomach dropped, and I know when that happens, I've found something bad. That's a bad one. The stomach dropping nauseous is a bad one. That means I found something evil. I get a feeling when I find something good, I found something bad. They're both important, but yeah. So there you go, if anyone else wants to mess around with that. Armor of Christ, of course. Armor of Christ. So yeah, I don't know. Comments, I just thought that was strange. That's why I jot this stuff down. That's why you kind of gotta look at everything, because sometimes you just find crazy connections. And then once you start to connect things, it makes it easier to connect all sorts of other things. What do we hear? O and Z. O is an O and Z is an I. Huh. Oh well. It's number 7. Anyway, yeah, I obviously just immediately, as soon as I noticed 2 distinct connections, had to get this up, because that's how I operate. I'm not a tech guy. I'm a tribal guy. I'm the guy who'd be, like I'd come, run out of his hut being like, oh, look what I just figured this out, or whatever. So it's kind of what I'm doing over the internets here. So yeah, like I said, comments. If you want to mess around with this, see if you can find anything weird with the different words, or whatever. Like I said, this is the Chaldean, and it seems to fit very well with the Phoenician alphabet. So yeah, spooky dooky. Feel a little sick. Gonna go read some scripture to scrub myself out. I think I stumbled upon something. But yeah, like I said, comments, blah blah blah. If anyone didn't get the Pythagorean numerology, that one's very basic. Yeah, notice the fox. If you ever wondered why foxes are so popular. Anyway, yeah. So